Hi everyone, Nick here, and today I'm going to be showing you my PS4 collection. Now, I don't want this to be a Sony rant about physical media, so I'll leave that for the end if I come up with anything creative or original to say. But yeah, let's just get right into it. I don't have too many PS4 games. I was more of a Xbox kind of guy growing up, but I have enough for a one-part series, I guess. So, let's get right into it. With Watch Dogs 2. Now, I'm not gonna spoil anything for any of these games because some of them are pretty big, and if you haven't played them, I think you should play them. So I'll kind of just keep it to what's on the back of the box. I really like this game. I think it's kind of underrated. I feel like a lot of people played the first one, but maybe not the second one. I didn't play the first one. I did play the second one. If I had to describe it, it's kind of like a GTA, but with hacking. You play as this dude Marcus, and you join this hacking group, and basically try to take down this mass surveillance company. So, some very fitting themes in today's world. Yeah, it says on the back here, as Marcus Holloway, it's your choice. Use hacking, stealth, or hand-to-hand combat, or go in guns blazing. So it's kind of like GTA and that aspect, and like the missions, and you like can drive around the city and all that. But there's a big hacking element to the game, like you can hack people's guns or their phones. Overall, a very good game. Not in like my top 10 or anything, but I think it's pretty neat. Now here's an interesting game to have on disc, I guess. Rainbow Six Siege. I don't think I played this all that much on PS4. I played it mostly on Xbox, and then a good bit on PC, but kind of an interesting game to have on disc. It's like a hero shooter, I guess, 5v5, if you think like Valorant in that aspect, or like a CSGO style game. Not necessarily you buy guns or anything, like in each wave around, but you go in with the set loadout and then play the round, but there's like a bomb you have to defuse, or like stop the diffuser if you're on defense, and there's like different maps and stuff. I don't know how much I would recommend this game. Very interesting nowadays. I feel like the only people who play it are people who really play it, and if you're just getting into it, I don't think I would recommend it. Sorry. I do have a lot of time in that game, though. Now, a game I would recommend and have a lot of time in is Persona 5. And I just realized I haven't been showing the discs, so I think the Watch Dogs disc is actually pretty neat. The Siege disc is just the cover art. Figure this is worth a mention. Yeah, this disc is cool. So that's the like hacking group you're a part of is DeadSec. That's like their logo. Yeah. I figured that would be worth showing off. Now this is a game that I definitely recommend. If you haven't played, play it. If it's not my top 10 of all time, it's an honorable mention. It's not my favorite Persona. I definitely like Persona 4 more. But if I had to recommend one to someone who's never played a Persona game, it would be this one. It's a JRPG, so Japanese role-playing game. It would honestly be the JRPG that I recommend to someone who's never played one before. And maybe I would recommend it to someone who's never played a video game before. That's how good it is. I don't really want to spoil too much of the game, so I'll read a little bit of the back, I guess. Prepare for an all-new RPG in Persona 5 Royal, based in the universe of the award-winning series Persona. Don the Mask of Joker, that's this dude, and join the Phantom Thieves of Hearts, that's one of these guys right here, as they stage grand heists, infiltrate the minds of the corrupt, and make them change their ways. So it's kind of like, I don't know how I would describe the main theme of this game. I guess it's like, justice and bringing to light the crimes of the corrupt. That's literally what the back of the box says. But yeah, this is a very good game. I do recommend. You're this dude right here, Joker. We'll go with that. If you've played the games, you know that you can pick the name of your protagonist, but I won't argue over which of the two names is the correct one. If you know, you know. This has an interesting disc. I think it's cool. Good, Joker. But yeah, you play as this dude, Joker. And you have to balance your high school life and your secret identity with your new mysterious powers. Very good game. If you haven't played it, play it. Another game if you haven't played, play it. The Last of Us. It's the remastered edition, obviously, because it's on the PS4. So, again, no spoilers. The game follows these two, Joel and Ellie, as they navigate like a post-apocalyptic world. I don't want to say any more than that. If you haven't played this game, it's probably a must-play if you've never played video games. I personally have not finished this game. Sorry. I know it's very good. I played it a bit when I was younger, and then I kind of just got sidetracked and then never finished it. I thought about buying it on PC, maybe that would motivate me to finish it, but I don't know. Very good game, very good story rich is how I would describe it. Kind of a lame disc though. It's just the box art. But yeah. Very, very good game. I have a lot of, what were PS4 exclusives when I got them. That's kind of the only reason I have them. But yeah. Because I think, well, at least these two were PS4 exclusives. But they're both on PC, and all the Persona games are on Xbox too now. I don't think The Last of Us is on Xbox. Another game I got when it was a PS4 exclusive, Ghost of Tsushima. It's kind of a Assassin's Creed-like, but not like the new garbage Assassin's Creeds. Sorry to anyone who likes those. But he plays this dude, Jin, and the Mongols basically take over Japan, or they're trying to take over Japan. They invade Tsushima. What the back of the box says. In a quest to conquer Japan. But this dude, Jin, who is one of the last surviving samurai, has to set aside tradition and forge a new path, the path of the ghost, as he wages unconventional war for the freedom of Japan. So yeah, it's about like setting aside a tradition in the name of doing what you gotta do to protect your home. So yeah, another very good game. I've only played a little bit, but I like what I played. Definitely on my backlog. Yeah. Another kind of lame disc, unfortunately. Just the box art cover. Nothing wrong with that, though. I guess these are sick box art covers. Now here's a game I could talk a lot about. Final Fantasy VII Remake. This is not the remake plus integrate, or whatever the official name is, with Yuffie. Is that her name? If you have never heard of Final Fantasy VII or Final Fantasy, then I don't really know what to say. It's probably the biggest JRPG series ever. I think anyone who knows anything about video games has heard of this game. Even the original, maybe not the remake, but this game is very good. If you played Persona 5 or any of them and you liked it, you'll probably like all the Final Fantasy games. I think this game and Persona 4 are neck and neck for my favorite JRPG. The box, I was gonna say the back of the box doesn't really have anything for me to read. Yeah, so this is a remake of Final Fantasy VII, which is a very popular game for the PS2. The remake is very good. This comes on 2 discs. I think one of the discs is actually in my PlayStation. It was the game I was playing the last time. Yeah, you can see. This is probably the lamest disc so far. It just says the name of the game. Very good game. I don't think it runs that bad on PS4. I 100% the game on PC. I waited so long for it to come to PC, and then it never did. And then I was like, alright, I'll just buy it on PS4 and play it on PS4. And then like a month later, they announced that it was coming to PC, but only on the Epic Games Store. And I was like, bro, you couldn't put it on Steam. And they announced it was coming to Steam, and I was like, okay, I'm just gonna wait for it to come to Steam. And I bought it on that with the DLC, and I played it, and I 100% it, and that took me like, I don't know, 120 hours. I love this game. Probably in my top 10. I think the story and the message of the game is very good, especially if you look past, I guess, like all the, I don't want to spoil anything specific about the story, but like the themes of corruption in the government and how we need to take care of our world, I think are very important to today's world. The message of the game has aged very well, and is something that's more prevalent in today's society than when the game was made. So yeah. If you haven't played this game, or the original, play this game first. And there's the part 2, I guess, to the remake. So this is Final Fantasy VII Remake. Then the one with the DLC is Remake Intergrade. So that's like another little sub-story that ties into the main game that you're supposed to play before the part 2 of the remake, which is Rebirth, which is also out on PC and PS5 and all that now. I'm currently playing through that, but I'm gonna kind of take breaks because I'm trying to 100% it, and I don't want to get burned out. I want to like enjoy the game. So, also probably my favorite Final Fantasy. I do really like Final Fantasy 15, and I know that's kind of a hot take. I know I'm not a big fan of all the weird DLCs and movies and shows and all whatever they got going on in that game. I did all of that. I watched all of it, played all of it, but I really like that game. But I think this one's better and way easier to follow. So yeah, if you've never played a Final Fantasy game, go play this one specifically. Really like it. Another game I would recommend, maybe if you haven't even played video games, is this Detroit Become Human. Kind of lame disc. It's got like the box art in the background, no manual. So yeah, this takes place in the future, 2038, and there's these AI androids that are replacing people in the workforce. So, you know, kind of like today's world. Yeah, another game that is becoming more realistic, I guess. So yeah, lifelike androids have entered the human workforce. They never say no until something changes and they have started to behave irrationally as if they were feeling emotions. So it's kind of like a story game if you've played a Telltale game. Kind of like that, but more advanced. So you play as these 3 characters right here. And their stories kind of intertwine. And the choices you make in one character's game or story can affect the other 2. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different endings to this game. And yeah, that's all I'll say. It's very story heavy. Not as much like action or anything like that. So if you want a game where you can not necessarily relax, like there are parts of the game where you gotta like lock in for quick time events, but it's not like a Telltale game where like if you screw up and you die, it's like, oh, just repeat that part of the game again. Like if you die, then that impacts the whole story. So yeah, I'm trying to think. I don't know if I ever finished it. I think I got like 60% of the way through, and then I kind of just stopped for some reason. I know like the majority of the endings, so it's kind of a demotivator to finish the game, but still a very good game. If you've never played it, I would recommend this. And I'll kind of move these out of the way of the camera. Kind of a game, these next 2 games, I don't know if I can really recommend you play. It's just God, World War II. World War II for like the 4th time. You got 1, 2, 3, and then World at War, and then this one goes back to World War II. This kind of came out at the same time as like Battlefield 1 and 5. So I played a lot of those games, so I would really recommend playing this. I would actually go back and play those games right now. That's how much I like them. I would not go back and play this. It's the typical, God, you got the zombies in this one, multiplayer, and then campaign. I played this one for the story. I think I touched a little bit of the multiplayer. I never touched the zombies. I don't really have anything to say on this game. It's Call of Duty. If I was gonna play a COD, I'd kind of just go to whatever the most modern one is. Not that I really haven't played a COD since 2019. Modern Warfare 2019. I think that was the last one I even touched. And then actually like played a good amount of like Warzone and all that. I have kind of lost faith in Call of Duty. A shooter series that I would recommend kind of is Battlefront, Star Wars Battlefront. Disc with a Stormtrooper. Not so much Battlefront 1, but I played a lot of Battlefront 2. I don't know if this game has the prequels at all in it. I don't think it does. I think it's just the original trilogy. This is a kind of hero shooter, if you think of, like, I guess a Battlefield. It's like that. It's Battlefront. They're both made by EA, so it's a pretty good comp, I guess. So yeah, you gotta play as the like Rebel Alliance or Stormtroopers, and then like you duke it out in these like huge map wars, and there's like zones you gotta capture and all that, and then like, well, that's just like one game mode, I guess. That's like I forget. Supremacy is that the name of the game mode. And then like if you capture the zones, then you go into like the enemy's base, and then like you gotta destroy like their reactor ships or something, like the reactors in their ships. That's what I meant to say. And then if you destroy that, like you win. And if you get like points during the game, I think you can get vehicles, or you can play as like heroes. So you got like Darth Vader, obviously, Boba Fett, Darth Sidious, or Emperor Palpatine. Sorry, same dude, I guess. Sorry if you've never watched the movies. And then obviously like on the Rebel Alliance, you got like Luke, Han, Leia. I forget if you can play as Yoda in this one. You probably can. I know in Battlefront 2 you can. In that game there's like a huge modding community, and they've added a bunch of other heroes. In that one there's like I guess in that one it also has the sequel. So like Rey, Kylo Ren is in that game, BB-8. Yeah, I think you can get a lot out of it. Maybe not this one, but Battlefront 2, even if you're not a huge Star Wars fanatic. Like, I know some. Like, if you ask me who Ben Guardinos is, I would be like, yeah, I know who that is. But I think maybe the average fan, I don't know, there's levels to this. Like, they're gonna have no idea who I'm talking about. Like, you might have no idea who I'm talking about, but that's okay. Because he has, like, 2 minutes of screen time in The Phantom Menace. But I think you would still get a lot out of this game, even if you're not, like, you don't know who that character is. They had, like, 0.4 seconds of screen time in the background of the 8th movie, and it ties into, like, you don't need that level of knowledge to appreciate this game. I wish EA would make a Battlefront 3 every year on May 4th. A ton of people go back and play Battlefront 2 for May the 4th be with you. I think that's really cool. But yeah, I only have the first one on PS4. But yeah, you can tell I kinda like that game. I think it's cool, even if you're not a huge Star Wars fan. I would recommend you maybe try it. Try it on May 4th. And there's like a big resurgence in people who don't absolutely sweat the game. So you might enjoy it then. Yeah. And that's kind of all I have here. Not a huge selection, I know. But also kind of a rant this video. I'm much more, I don't know if you watched my movie video, if you're coming here from that, but I am much more well equipped, I guess, to talk about video games than I am movies. Not that I haven't watched a lot of movies, but I have played a lot more video games than I have movies. Even games that I necessarily haven't finished, I can still speak on a lot. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys today. Maybe I'll make a Xbox One. I definitely have a lot of Xbox games, so I'll have to split that into a few parts. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it relaxing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.